This is a story of how dogged police work, ever-improving technology and science, helped lead to the indictment of a convicted murderer for a horrible crime committed more than 25 years ago. Christopher Fletcher, 50 years old, serving a life sentence for the murder of Elizabeth Salsbury in April of 1995, was indicted on December 23, 2011 for the rape and murder of 24-year-old Peggy Sue Calvillo on Fitchburg on December 6 of 1986, an investigation that included the new head of our State Police Detective Unit, Lieutenant Fran Leahy. Ms. Calvillo, a mother of 2 young children, left her work shortly after midnight that day. She was waiting on Route 12 in Sterling for a ride. She decided to start walking when the ride wasn't there, and she was struck by a car driven by Mr. Fletcher. Severely injured from the impact, Ms. Calvillo was dragged into the car by Mr. Fletcher, taken to a remote location in Lancaster. While in the car, she asked to be brought to a hospital. Those pleas were ignored. Instead, she was raped and left for dead. Her body was found later that day under some power lines on Old Turnpike Road in Lancaster. Although Mr. Fletcher confessed to Ms. Calvillo's murder in 1995, and after his arrest in the Salsbury murder, forensics collected from the body of Ms. Calvillo did not match Mr. Fletcher's DNA, and the case was dropped. In September of 2009, the Unresolved Case Unit assigned to the Worcester District Attorney's Office, State Police Sergeant Detective Dan Richard and Administrator Angela Frost began a comprehensive reactivation of Ms. Calvillo's case. In light of the enhancements that have been made in forensic science since 1995, the Unresolved Case Unit decided to resubmit some of the items of physical evidence for reexamination. The Massachusetts State Police Forensic Group, in conjunction with the Worcester Police Unresolved Case Unit, examined the evidence. A federal grant obtained by the Worcester DA's office and the State Police paid for the testing. State Police chemist Jennifer Presig, who handled testing at the state lab, sent some of the items to a private lab for further testing after she had made observations with regards to this evidence. Recently, we received a report from the private lab that DNA collected at the crime scene, which was further tested using the new technology, matched the DNA profile obtained for Mr. Fletcher. Assistant District Attorney Lisa Casella presented evidence to the Worcester County Grand Jury, and an indictment was handed up just before Christmas. Mr. Fletcher has been charged with the murder of Mrs. Calvillo.